Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are welcoming Charlie Searle onto the podcast, a 247 athlete and a Hyrox competitor who's stepping into a huge moment in her career. Charlie is making her Elite 15 debut at the Phoenix Major, lining up against some of the strongest women in the sport on one of Hyrox's biggest stages. She's been absolutely killing it recently and has also raced doubles alongside Elite 15 athlete Ollie Russell, so she's up there already with the pros. So, yeah, for this episode, we just want to get stuck into your journey, Charlie, the mindset, the training, the pressure, how you're feeling for this amazing opportunity on the world stage. And thank you for joining us so early. And congratulations to start. How
Thank
awesome.
you
How
very
are you
much.
feeling?
Also thank you for having me. I'm feeling good, obviously nervous, but excited. Yeah, I a mix of so many emotions. I don't really process things until the day of what's going on usually. But yeah, I'm excited and nervous and great, yeah.
Oh, amazing. And how long kind of has this journey for you been with the aim to get into the Elite 15 on the solo side? Have you been kind of plugging away at this goal for a wee while, or could you maybe talk us through that?
Yeah, so I honestly, I sat down at the start of this season, well, just after World Champs, really, kind of put a few goals down of what I wanted to achieve this season. But honestly, like where I am now, I was expecting to be here next season. So in my eyes, I've already hit all the goals and more that I've wanted to hit this season. Um, I honestly just wanted to maybe enter the elite race as a doubles. Me and my coach both said this season's just about getting your face even in one race for an elite with a doubles, and then next season, we push for that solo spot. So yeah, I'm over the moon that I've managed to kind of get to that point now. It wasn't predicted, and we've had to kind of like mash a lot into one and change things, but hey, that's the process and the journey, and things don't always happen at the right times, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
it's cool though. It's cool that you've set something and you've also decided to like set a goal that's like well in advance and work towards it. But then
Yeah.
obviously the process
Yeah.
has gone well and you've ended up
Yeah.
yeah being there at the beginning. Have you been with your I did see like one of your posts and I think it was your coach's post who was really proud of you. Like
Yeah.
have you been together for a while? Like how's that?
Yeah. Me and him, I met Phil, my coach. I went traveling for a few years, came back, joined a gym, met him at this gym, and then we kind of just clicked from there. And then we just at this gym we were working at, we used to do like these high rocks race nights.
Okay.
I've never touched high rocks, anything like that. I used to move like so badly. But the only one thing that he would say was I could run. So I might have moved like rubbish or sand on the stations, but I could just run. So then I was like, oh, why don't we just do a fun high rocks, me and him? And then we did that. And then from there on, he just started coaching me and getting more involved, and then just kind of went from there. So I'd say I've only known him for like coming up to two years now.
Wow.
But yeah, like literally he's like my brother now. Can't get
It's
rid of
so
him.
cool. I think it's so lovely and it's so
Yeah.
nice to see that like organic relationship and you guys are working towards the goal together and yeah, it's really nice to see. I thought the post was very nice. So big shout out to
Yeah, big shout out to
him.
Phil.
And then is that your background then, running? Maybe if we rewind like a
Oh,
few pre-High Rocks, and before you found this sport, like is that where you were growing up, doing a lot of running?
So I actually started my kind of like sport journey in football. Um,
Oh, okay.
so I guess it kind of like coincides with running a lot. I was always really fast on the wing, and I would just kind of kick the ball and get to the end of it before someone like right near it would be there. But yeah, so I did a little bit of running in school for like cross country, but never something I've stuck at. Like I've been sticking at Hyrox, I guess, though, like that building that foundation of that aerobic fitness has kind of led me to being a little bit more of a stepping stone in front of someone that's not had that in the past and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was always football, so
God, so we've got Jade, Kat, and now yourself. So three footballers in the Elite
yeah.
15. That's crazy,
I
isn't it?
know.
You
It's
could
like
nearly
a
got a
little
relay team. You just need
bit.
one
Yeah.
more, and you girls can go for goal.
That's funny, yeah.
Oh, so good. It obviously shows that, like, yeah, like field sports, I guess, hockey, rugby, football, like things like that. Like, you cover a lot. I guess if you're like centre mid or like a winger, you cover a lot of distance running. And like you
Yeah.
said, if you're fast at running on the wing as well,
Yeah.
you're getting your speed up. It's just interesting what crosses over to Hyrox because so many
Yeah.
sports, people come from such different backgrounds. And then
Yeah.
yeah, you're obviously incredible at running, but have you actually done any specific running races or running training, or have you only really started to get into running since you've done Hyrox? Like, did you know your paces and things like that? Did you have a 5K in the bank or a 10K? Have you ever done a half marathon, or you just like just found out I was quite good at running and picked up Hyrox?
Um, I I did so I went traveling to Australia for a few years and
Mm.
I started running. I was with traveling with like a couple of friends and one of the girls, she was more into like marathons and all of that. And she said, should we do this 10K in like I think it was like 6 weeks time and we can do some running for that. I would say that is the only block of running training I've done, but honestly, we had no idea what we were doing. I would just go out and send it for like 6K and that would be like amazing. So then I did that 10K run and I got like 40, I think I got like 44 minutes, which obviously is very good, but in my eyes now I'm like, oh, that's rubbish. Like, but yeah, that was the only sort of block of training I kind of did, and then yeah, and then I just came back to the UK and joined forces with Phil, and then I started a proper running program.
And has it been cool to see the progress? Because I'm guessing like it sounds like you've made a lot of progress, and also if you have stuck to it and been really consistent with your running, I'm guessing you've just seen like crazy results.
Yeah, I'd say you obviously, yeah, definitely. But I think when you're in something, you don't really think that. You just kind of it gets to like these points, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, like me like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Whereas now I'm like, oh, I've got to run this for that, and that's just like my time now. But so yeah, I've definitely picked up. I've made obviously a lot of progress, but you kind of, like I said, you forget that you're making progress because you're already on to the next
Yeah.
set of, I don't know, paces or whatever.
Yeah, that is so true. And what about for your first pro race? Do you remember what did you do like open first and then pro like solos, or did you go straight in at the pro? And do you remember how that like first race felt compared to, the times and what you're doing now?
Yeah, so honestly, I did my first ever race was with my coach. We did a mixed doubles, so obviously that's pro women's weights.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And then from then I just went straight to pros. I was like, there is not much point in me doing open, like if I want to push. I did my first race in
Yeah.
Katowice in Poland, in February, well, nearly a year ago now. So,
God,
um,
that's not even long, is it? That's crazy. That's like a
yeah,
year ago.
yeah,
Wild.
yeah. But I would say, like, definitely, yeah, I've obviously like I've learned a lot on the race course, and honestly, half of the battle for me was like just building experience on the course. I went in gear 5 and like hanging on from the first run. But it's actually obviously it's you gotta just remember it's like your race. Don't get
Yeah.
sucked up into trying to race someone else's. But yeah, I'd say the main thing I've learned or the main thing I've picked up is just having that experience under your belt, controlling yourself a little bit and stuff. And
Yeah.
obviously
How
the tips and all the things that you feel you're weaker at. You go away from races and you're like, okay, I know I need to work on that, and I've obviously done all those things, and just forever kind of like learning. Yeah.
Mm. And how you just like talked about running your own race and not get carried away at the beginning to jump to like the weekend that's just about to come. How
Yeah.
do you think you're gonna cope when inevitably, I'm guessing Joanna and Lauren are just gonna shoot off and all the girls are
Yeah.
gonna go? Have you got a game plan for like the beginning? Have you like thought through how you're gonna start the race, or are you just gonna go with it and
Um,
see what happens and hope you're not at the front?
yeah.
Thinking, why am I here? I'm gonna blow up in a bit.
Yeah, I would say like if I'm not at the front on that race, I've listened to myself.
Yeah. And like we're gonna turn on the live stream and we're gonna be like, and Charlie's out with Joe out the front.
Yeah, I know, like I know it's gonna be tough. You've got to be strict on yourself to not get caught up in that like sprint off. But yeah, obviously I need to finish the race, so I don't want to like mess myself up too early there. So yeah, I don't really have a game plan as of yet. I've tried not to think about it too much
Mm,
really.
fair.
But I will obviously sit down and once I'm kind of like get this week done with prep, traveled, I'll have a little sit down and map out. But yeah, roughly I always know like just I need to chill out at the beginning of the race. Anyway, I'm not the most strongest, so I need to be nice for the sleds and stuff.
Mm,
I need to probably feel a little bit more from myself, a little bit extra kind of recover coming into those than gone out a little bit too fast and I kind of messed my whole race up.
yeah, it must be hard, like just the step, knowing that you need to control
Yeah.
yourself, but also just the excitement and the anxiety of it all, hey?
Oh yeah, the adrenaline and stuff is
Mm,
gonna be sky high, I imagine.
yeah.
And then maybe we could talk a little bit about the doubles because I guess you mentioned that you thought you would probably be doing your first elite race maybe in the doubles. We know you've obviously raced with Ollie Russell in the mixed doubles as well. Do you enjoy that race, and is that something like you still want to pursue, whether it's female doubles or mixed doubles? Or are you now kind of thinking solo only? I mean, it's probably quite a hard question when you've got such a big solo race next week, but
Um, yeah, so I'd say I love double races. I think, they're so much fun. It's a solo can get a little bit lonely, especially if you're struggling in the race or it's a harder race or it feels harder. So, and that doubles is just like having someone alongside you to kind of just like keep you going too. Um, but I'm actually gonna be racing in Phoenix on the Saturday in the doubles with Lauren Stockley.
oh, amazing.
Um, and obviously we're both racing on the um elite race. So we just thought, well, obviously we wanted to kind of like push together this season. We've both been like in a good lineup, so we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. But we thought, well, we're both out there. Why didn't we just hit up a doubles together? We were supposed to be doing Manchester this weekend, so that's why we kind of thought, yeah.
Oh, that's such a
Well,
good idea. Have
Yeah.
you raced together before, or this will be the first time have you raced against each other?
We've actually never raced against each other. We've
No.
obviously done the same race, but never in the same heat or the same
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
Um, but I've done like a competition, like a fun thing in the summer with her. And that's when we met. And then yeah, from there on really. So it will be fun. And we're also staying in a house together. So it's gonna
Wow.
be like, ooh.
Hopefully you guys don't get too competitive on the
I
on the
know.
Friday night because
No, no.
that'll be an awkward Saturday, won't it? Awkward weekend.
I know, and no, it's just one of those, isn't it? Like your friends outside, but when
Oh,
it comes to the
100%.
race, you kind of can't be. But
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll
but
have
I
to make
think
like a code that we're gonna be okay.
whatever's said in the race stays in
Fine.
the race. As soon as you guys get
Yeah.
over that finish line, you're like back to being mates. But
Mm,
it's cool
yeah.
because you're both like very good competitors, so you'll both understand the mindset from each other. And I'm sure, I mean, it's Lauren's first
Yeah.
Elite 15 race as well, isn't it, for the
Yeah.
solo? So it's quite how cool that you guys get to do your debut together. So you know,
Mm,
it's not just one of you walking into it. There's you both of
yeah.
you walking into it, and then the next
Yeah.
day you get to do it together
I
as well.
know.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be good. Something to kind of like have as after as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
no, and a bit of fun, I guess, to go and just
Mm.
like, yeah, enjoy it because I there'll be, I guess, a lot of hype and adrenaline and
Oh
nerves and
yeah.
everything beforehand, and then I
Yeah.
imagine you can kind of probably switch off and actually enjoy the doubles race once
Yeah.
the solo's
Yeah.
done. So, oh no, that's so cool. And then what about, is there any more mixed doubles on the cards, or is that enough races to keep you occupied for a little while?
No, definitely. Yeah, I do. I don't have like a mixed doubles plan right as of yet. Obviously, I've qualified for champs, but I would like to get something in the bag, you know. To me, like mixed doubles are like this just a lot easier to kind of like fit into your schedule.
Mm,
Like, you know, like a solos is a lot more, okay, I really need to like be specific, but you know, at this like kind of like how I feel now, I can kind of think, well, I can go and do a doubles after a solo, it's fine.
Mm.
So it's more of a case, I'll just kind of play that one by ear,
yeah.
pick up a race as of and when I need it or want it, you know, a bit of time on the court again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did your pairing with Ollie come about?
Um, so Ollie, so my coach Phil joined Ollie, and I'd say about a year ago. They kind of like joint forces, coaching
Oh, okay.
wise, become quite good friends together. And then me and Ollie just said, look, let's just get a race in. Let's try and like really, really push hard for the race. And then yeah, we just picked Sweden. We just thought, oh, like let's just go to Sweden. But obviously Ollie had just come back from Melbourne, so it kind of wasn't planned probably at the best time. I was a little bit worn out from a lot of racing before, but it was actually really, really fun. I actually had
Mm.
like a really, really good time. I literally flew out for the race and came back the next morning, but it was really good, and it's good to like obviously be in Sweden for where we'll be for the world champs as well.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Was it
cool.
the same? Was it the same? Was it the stadium?
I don't think it's gonna
Or
be. I don't think it's gonna be in where we raced,
oh,
from
okay,
what
but in the
Ollie
city at
said.
least.
But yeah,
Yeah.
just being around and getting your bearings a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely helps find the best coffee shops and like all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yeah, exactly.
You can let us
Uh,
know. Like I feel like that's such a big deal. If you know you can like just get somewhere and there's a good place for like a coffee
Good
or whatever, you just
coffee. Yeah.
less walking around and faffing, isn't it?
They did give me a flat white, which was like this big, and I was like, I don't know if they know what flat white is or they think I'm look knackered.
You need the extra coffee.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh,
funny. And then I was going to ask, just because it's very relevant at the moment, because it's just been announced over this week, what do you think of the new qualification system for the Elite 15 for the next season? I don't know whether you've looked into it enough, or like how do you feel? I mean, you're with the theatre boys, and I feel like they race a lot, and it sounds like you're happy to race quite a bit. But
Yeah.
it's like 5 races, and then doubles is 3 races, and
Yeah.
how do you feel about the change in the qualification system?
Honestly, I do think it will work better in terms of having, the standard and stuff and having good standards for those races and I like the fact that it's not now obviously time and
Mm,
you're chasing a time because like they said, so there's so many variants like from arenas to courses and temperatures and all of that. um I personally don't want to race like ridiculous amounts because, we need time to recover and have a nice little block of training when we can get it. As but I agree like the point system is gonna hopefully work better. But yeah, I'm just a little bit like, oh, means we're gonna all be racing a lot more than we probably want to. But hey,
mm,
like it's the season, like you've got to kind of be prepared for a lot of racing, and then the I guess the off season's gonna be where it really, really counts
mm,
for the upcoming seasons and stuff. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. I haven't dived into it too much, but I think like it's kind of like started from September, just gone. Like it's kind of like building like ghost points or something.
yeah, I really
Um,
just don't understand the ghost point thing. And then I was like, is
yeah,
that just showing us what people have? I was trying to get my head around it. I was like, God,
yeah.
I was saying to Em the other day, I was like, people can't even count laps in Hyrox, let alone try and do this maths to work out
Oh
what's
my
going
God, I
down.
know.
I was like, it's the most complex system I've ever heard. I'm
Yeah,
sure it makes sense, and I'm sure it does sound like it's taking away the variables from each race, and people are actually racing individuals, but also at the same time, it just seems I can't really get my
yeah.
head around it.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think you just racing and deal with that after. I'll just get someone to tell me what I need
Yeah.
to do, and then I'll be like,
Everyone's gonna
okay,
have a manager to like sort
yeah.
out all that crap. I feel like, and then Charlie Bottrell's just winning because it's like
Yeah, well, he
100
races like
races left.
100. Yeah,
I feel like everyone's just got to turn into Charlie and just race four
I
times a
know.
weekend, and then you'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I guess you may as well go all in when you do race to get it under your belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, it's good. But it's a good point that you made about, I guess, like training and the off season, and it's going to probably change things a little bit for how people are like programming and periodizing depending on how many races they do. What for if we kind of ignore what's about to happen
Yeah.
for like your previous training, how do you kind of like or your coach structure it? Do you work kind of in like 4 week blocks, 6 week blocks, or is there something that suits you as an athlete best to get the best out of you?
Yeah, so I think going into this season, like my off season, I really wanted to build a good solid foundation of like power and strength work. But also like just enjoy, have a bit of fun, like like join in some kind of like fun races and all of that. But yeah, my off season was just mainly like strength work. Had like I'd say 3 to 4 strength pieces a week. Um, and then yeah, just keep it. I go through blocks. So like because this season's not really gone how we thought it was, it's kind of like we're
The
just
hardest question
uh,
ever because it's
yeah,
all
we're
gone up in
just
the air.
yeah. So I guess like it's more like catering to right. Okay, we've got this time now. What is going to benefit you, and what is going to keep you like this? Until we kind of like then get another chance to kind of like put a long block in. Like for example, I raced so much before Christmas that it was mainly just stay sharp, keep my running volume, normal. Um, and then after Christmas, my plan was to have a nice 6 week block of training which turned into just 1 week. And now, like, we've had to kind of like rejig everything, go back on everything we said. But yeah, I don't run more than kind of like 50K weeks. And then a couple of, yeah, strength pieces. Um, but yeah, I can't really answer because
It's all gone tits up.
one, it didn't really go the way as planned, but it's like because I'm so new to the sport as well, it's kind of like we're still trying to like navigate what is going to work for me because does a double threshold day work? Like that was kind of in my program for a while, but honestly, I was just getting like burnt out, knackered out.
Mm.
So, what works for me does not necessarily work for someone else.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just still kind of like learning that me and him, we're always talking, changing things. Okay, I know I need to get a bit stronger, so like that's always going to be at the forefront of of our minds. But yeah, going into off season, I hopefully have more of a direction and really, really like just indulge in a nice chunk of training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
and
no.
you spoke at the beginning about that you're a really good runner, like naturally, but not as
Mhm.
good at the exercises. Like, do you feel like you've worked quite hard on those now and you feel quite comfortable in all the exercises, or how's that part of your race?
Yeah, so I would say yeah, I've definitely like put a lot of work in. For me, it was more like just getting some nice like power through
Mm.
myself, which I've spent a long time just doing like, power movements and a lot of the boring stuff, I guess is deemed as boring because it's not pretty. But yeah, I've always had like a good like aerobic kind of base. So like I can just keep kind of like going in the exercise as well. But in terms of like the ones where I'm kind of like pushing a little bit of weight, it's just like, yeah, learn that bit of power technique. Um,
Do you
but
mean
yeah,
things like, are you doing things like Olympic lifting and stuff? And
yeah,
like, is
so
that the
I've
kind of thing you're doing to build power, or is it like plyometrics and
Yeah, so I've done an I do all of both of those things.
okay.
Had a little block of some Olympic lifting, which is nice because I've been taught how to kind of like do those
Yeah.
lifts, which is
Yeah.
quite nice to have in your training block. Because a lot of runners like they do move like sand because they're tight, they got tight hips. So it's nice that I've been able to have the chance to like do stuff like that in the past to keep it in my programming now. But yeah,
Mm.
like plyometrics and a lot of like yeah, like box jumps, Olympic lifts, lower reps, but like powerful reps. I
Mm.
try and like max things too heavy to like I'm just struggling up, but um
Mm.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no,
cool.
it's interesting. Like, and I do think, well, you're right, aren't you? When everyone's different and everyone has like different things to work on, but like, I guess you can make everyone can make the gains in different ways, and it's cool that you've been able to see that and add that in, and a bit of variety, isn't it, as well? Because
Yeah.
like, not everyone
Yeah.
wants to do Hyrox movements like
No.
over and over again.
No.
It's like you only really want to do high rocks in the actual high rocks race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, it's just a bit. Oh. And then what about 247? How's that been? You're obviously supported by them, which is super cool. And how have you found working with them?
Honestly, like working with 247 is like literally a dream come true for me because even like just seeing people like I see people day to day now wearing it and I'm just like
Mm.
it makes you feel so like oh my God, so proud that of myself for like being able to be under such a cool brand. I've always loved them. And I've got an agent who I had like a great relationship with, and then I just signed with him. So kind of like built a great relationship with him, signed with him. And then he was like, look, 247 really want to work with you. And I was a little bit like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing with all of this stuff. I still don't really, but yeah, so like that they've been great. They've not actually officially announced me yet, but I went up there last week to film all the announcements. So by the time this podcast will be out, I should have had the announcement. I think it's coming out maybe tomorrow. But that was, yeah, so like they're just such a good brand, a great bunch of people. I like that they're a little bit smaller. It feels a little bit more like you're like a little bit more supported or looked after, I guess. You're not lost in a brand. But yeah, their base is incredible. And they had me like filming this announcement last week and then like running up this hill with a massive drone and like it was freezing. But I was like, it's worth it because it's 247. But no,
Keep moving.
it's so good. Yeah.
I mean, if you were cold, imagine how the cameraman must have felt. At least you were running uphill.
Yeah, true. Well, they were in a car, so
Oh, what?
yeah, I was like chasing this car and someone's in the boot, like filming, and I was like, oh,
Oh, right, fair.
but
You
yeah,
definitely had the
yeah,
worst deal then.
but yeah, they've got some like some incredible athletes under them too, so it's just nice to be alongside some great names as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
have you hooked up with Gabby because she's with them? Have you managed to like train with Gabby at all, or?
Yeah, so Gabby was like one of the first people I met through Hyrox. When I
Oh
did my
wow.
first race, I was like chasing Gabby around the court, like, oh my God, she's amazing. Um, and then me and her, like, we kind of like come become quite good friends from that. And so then to sign with them and have me and Gabby as the girl athletes was like it's just really like it just feels a little bit more personal. She's
Mm,
been alongside my journey. I really look up to Gabby. I think she's such a cool, great, and she's just genuinely a lovely person.
mm.
But yeah, so I've met Gabby. I haven't had chance to meet like Jake and Mark and all of that, but obviously a lot of them are going to be out in Phoenix, so we plan to kind of like get something together as a team too. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and obviously Gabby's going to be out there racing too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I mean, there's a good group of you going, and like there's some good like British names in the Elite 15 now. I feel like they're stacking
Mm.
up and
oh
coming
yeah.
like the Brits are taking over. Like I mean, it's awesome to see like especially on the female side, the girls
Yeah.
that are popping up. It's really cool.
Yeah.
You girls are smashing it.
There's not
Um
been a Hyrox like Bristol way though, has there? Like Bristol, Bath, like there's not been anything in like the southwest actually.
I know. I said that like we need something down here. We've got a nice stadium. But yeah. I can't have the power of doing that. I wish I could, but yeah, the closest one I think is Cardiff to us. So
Oh yeah, Cardiff
that's
fair.
always quite good
Yeah.
to get to. It's only a drive, 45s. So
And
yeah.
what's your favorite race you've raced or like the favorite place you've raced in?
um
Oh, hard question, Faye.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's only because you just said Cardiff and I was thinking Cardiff's a stadium, isn't it? That
Yeah,
like
Cardiff was cool, like in the arena, the stadium. Um, I actually quite liked Birmingham, weirdly. I
oh
and
God,
London.
says no one ever. And I can
Yeah,
say
I
that because I'm from
know, I
Birmingham.
know.
Like
Sweden, the recent Sweden one I did was really good. They had like it's just funny, like going. It looked like IKEA in there, like the whole of
oh, that's
Sweden
so
just was like IKEA.
flat
Even the
pack.
trains, like in the train, it was all like wood and white like handles. I was like, I feel like I'm in IKEA, like
World.
um, yeah. But they
Literally.
had, yeah, like because it was Christmas time, I guess it was like a little bit more pretty.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you like the
Yeah.
opportunities to travel? Like, have you been to America before and Phoenix? Is this like a cool opportunity to travel?
Yeah, definitely. Like that I go to places that I would never have thought I would ever go
Mm,
to. Um yeah, so it is amazing that you kind of alongside the sport get to have time in some really cool countries and
mm.
and see like, just the arena in that country.
Got
No.
really nice convention center.
But no, like if I get time, I definitely try and just make the most of where I'm at.
So
Yeah,
true
no,
though. I think there's
totally.
so many people that have been to these places and they're like, well, I saw the inside of four walls.
Hyrox, yeah,
Yeah, and an
and the tube
airport.
line,
The
yeah.
shoe, yeah.
And I
Joke,
flew back out. Oh
yeah.
God. And then we quite like to find out a bit about kind of like fueling or supplements or anything you do, maybe specifically as like a female athlete. Is there anything that you try and take or do to support like your training and your racing? And like maybe fueling before or during the race, because it's quite like a big topic at the moment, especially with females trying to make sure they're like fueling for performance. And obviously you're like putting out incredible times and smashing your body in
Yeah.
training. So is there anything you do to support it?
Um, yeah, well, definitely, I've got I work alongside a couple of like nutritionists who keep tabs on what I'm doing. But overall, I'd say like I'm obviously coming from a coaching background too. Like I know day to day where I am at with my food. I don't I try and like keep it similar so I know what I'm eating. But I don't really take many supplements just because I've got a little bit of an irritated like gut. So
Mm.
too much like, like processed stuff, especially like supplements and gels and all of that just don't sit right with me. So my best thing is keep everything nice and natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely race week and that I'm a lot more like hot on it. Taking out like a lot of like things that might irritate my stomach, so keep it very bland. But yeah, fuel is so important. Like I'd rather be overfueled than underfueled as well because there's nothing worse than even just training, feeling hungry. I want to feel like every training session feels like a race day almost. Like I need to feel as good as I should on a race day. So even mid-session, like I'll go and eat during my sessions. But yeah, in terms of like having any extras, I don't really have gels or anything like that during a race. I kind of just I don't even have water. It's just kind of like if I've done enough that week before, I've hydrated well, I should feel good for that race. But yeah, fueling is important and for the amount of stuff that and work that Hyrox takes in terms of training and all of that, like you need to be hot on making sure you are eating, drinking, and all of that enough because otherwise you're just gonna burn out and feel like absolute crap.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like
hard enough as it is.
yeah, so yeah, like obviously I work alongside nutritionists. They do definitely help me, and I do recommend it if you're struggling in that aspect. But yeah, you need to also be like open to people if you need that help too, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point. Like everyone's different, and if you do maybe have a more sensitive stomach or like
Mm.
gut to try and think about what you are putting in, maybe try some more natural products or like that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Everyone is different. I mean, me and Faye see that between each of us. I could literally eat anything during the session.
Yeah,
Like my stomach is like totally fine.
bulletproof.
Yeah, like I literally could, but
Yeah.
like Faye's got to be a bit more specific and like stuff like
Yeah,
activates a bit
cool.
more, and everyone is different. So no, it's a
Yeah.
good point. Like definitely.
Yeah. Although I have seen, I don't know if you've seen it, it's gone viral, like this pot of yogurt and putting biscuits in it at the
Yeah,
moment.
that
Yeah.
Biscoff thing.
Oh, I've said to like everyone I'm gonna have to make like 5 pots of that tonight because I have to try it.
It's
It
like
just
a Biscoff
it's like cheesecake.
cheesecake. Yeah, that's what everyone
Yeah,
says it turns into. I know, I
yeah,
did see that, and I was like, that's actually quite clever.
yeah. And
Like,
that's kind of like something I was like, yeah, I can get away with eating that. I feel like, yeah, naughty, but
yeah.
that does look good.
That's so funny. Is that the one that Gabby like Knorr Baker. She's been putting it on
Oh,
hers. That's the only place I've seen her.
maybe. I've seen it on a few people's.
Mm.
Um, like, yeah, I mean, to be fair.
Biscuits and yogurt
But
basically. It's not
yeah.
like hard, but it looks
Yeah, yeah.
nice
I've been
and
trying
they
to
go a
eat
bit
less
soft.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, and then traveling as well. Like, obviously, you're preparing, to go on a quite a long haul flight, very far away.
How long
Um,
is it? Like 14 hours or something?
Well, yeah, so unfortunately we actually got direct. So I was like, I'm not sitting on a plane like stopping over. Like I'd rather do that on the way back than the way there. So I think it's like 10, 11 hours there.
okay.
Which yes, it's still that's still pretty long. Sat down and
Yeah, like how are you feeling about will this be the furthest away you've raced from like where your currently home is, if that makes sense?
well, I did Chicago in
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. That
so
was fun.
that was
That was a...
similar, I think, similar.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is like the same, I guess. So
yeah.
it's quite far. It's going to be weird with the time difference. I think it's
Mm.
like the race is actually like 2:30 in the morning Friday for here. So all of my friends and family have decided to like actually go to one of my friends' house and watch it.
They're
Oh,
gonna
that's
stay
so
up.
good.
So they're
Yeah.
all setting alarms and like gonna turn up in their pajamas to just go and watch it.
That's
I
so
was like,
cool.
I love that though. Like,
Yeah, that's the best. That's
uh,
so nice. Are you
yeah.
going with anyone as in support for you or just the other girls that you know that are racing in the Elite 15 like Gabby and Lauren, or do you have family?
I'm going with Phil, my coach,
Oh,
just
okay, he's
because.
Ah,
going.
good old Phil. Best
Yeah,
Phil. Best
it's
Phil.
so funny because he's actually gonna be doing an Ironman, and he's like. Oh, bless him. He like puts his training on hold for me. Like he is so like dedicated to me and like yeah, so he's gonna come out and just yeah, I don't genuinely don't feel like I need anyone else. I'm also like a little bit stressed if there's other people there and I'm like
Mm,
just focusing on that. I don't, you know what it's like when you're just a bit like focused on the race. You can't really think about what's going on around you.
mm.
So yeah, for this one, it's just us, and then we're sharing a house with a couple of other people, so that would be nice. We've got like a massive house with a pool, and I was like, you can train for your Ironman in the pool,
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
one length.
And I'm guessing he'll be in the coach's box because is he going to help you count the laps? How are you feeling about running 5 and 6 laps? Oh
Oh,
no,
Oh
it's
no,
not.
it's
It's
not.
not.
It's not. It's just
two.
Not
two.
because
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, because
So
it's not the setup, is it, for the next two?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
fair.
for the Warsaw,
That's a
which
lot better.
is lovely because I don't know if you know much about me, but I am a very scatty racer. So I tend to like make these really weird decisions during the race, to maybe run an extra lap or
Oh
not
God.
run and then realize and run and
But I'm guessing they'll
but
still have
yeah.
a
The
coach's
two.
box, will
Two's
they?
good.
Like they'll still,
Yes,
yeah. So he can help
yeah,
you count to two at least,
yeah,
stop you
I
running
hope
3 laps.
so.
Don't run 3 laps, please. Don't run
Oh
3 laps.
no, that was oh no, I'll make
Nah,
sure.
we're not gonna do it. We'll manifest
Yeah,
it that you're just gonna
yeah.
nail the laps.
Know everything, yeah. Know where I'm going.
Yeah, you'll be
I
fine.
think they'll brief us pre-race anyway, so I'll get a chance to kind of like really take it in.
Mm. And are
Yeah,
you looking
same.
forward to the whole like build up? Like, is that kind of your kind of thing? Or, I mean, it probably helps that you've done some stuff with Represent, but like, are you looking forward to all the like interviews? Like, getting your kit would be pretty cool and being part of it. Is that like, because that's a huge part of just the race as well. It's just taking in that you've got there and that you're going to be part of that whole media process.
Yeah, I'm really buzzing about it all. I think, like you said, it's nice to. have like a little bit of experience pre-hand to enjoy these because it can be a little bit daunting
Mm.
um, having to talk to people and feel confident in that sense. But I'm really buzzing. Like I cannot wait to get there and yeah, like you said, like collect my kit and just be around and amongst some like I'll probably be a little bit like, oh my God, I'm like on the race line with like Lauren Weeks and Joanna and Hunt like seeing Hunter and I got kind of like stay cool, you know?
Yeah, it's huge though. It's amazing. If you were like listening back to this, like because it'll go live after the race, is there anything that you would like kind of say to yourself, like that you would want yourself to, I don't know, enjoy it, or like anything that you would say if you were like listening back afterwards?
Um, Honestly, I would just say like just enjoy it. Like that yeah, just enjoy it. Like embrace it. Really indulge in the moment because like even a year ago you wouldn't have expected any of this. So like just yeah, indulge in that moment you're in.
Yeah,
And
no.
I think it's just going to be the start for you. So like you only get the chance once to go and do your first race, like this elite race, don't
Yeah,
you?
it's
So
only like the
hopefully
first
you,
one, yeah, once.
yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
that like first time you walk into that locker room and you see your name on
yeah,
the kit and stuff, it just feels great, and you should just feel really proud
yeah,
for getting there, especially getting
yeah.
there so soon.
I
Just be
know.
like, oh well, you've
Yeah.
definitely majorly ticked off your 2026
Oh
goals
my God,
in
yeah.
January.
Yeah, exactly,
You're gonna have to
exactly.
like sit down afterwards and just like take stock and be like,
I know,
what's
like
my
what
new
the hell is
2026?
happening? Yeah. What's next?
Oh,
What is like day to day like for you? You said, are you a PT? Do you work as a
Yes.
PT or like?
So I'm like a coach PT for a new gym we've just opened up down south. Well,
Okay,
been open
cool.
since June called Culture Training Club.
Oh yeah, I've
Um
heard of this.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you guys are ever around, you are more than
Yeah, we'll
welcome to
have
come
to
on
come down.
down. It is an amazing facility. And yeah, so being able to train in that environment now has definitely helped me in my training. But yeah, day to day, like I'm just a coach,
Mm.
um, and athlete, I guess.
It
But
goes so well together though, doesn't it? Because
oh
you
yeah,
live and breathe the same thing, and it just
yeah, I may as well have a bed in there at this point, like honestly. But it is one of those like it is my life. Like I literally live and breathe it now. So unfortunately, it might seem a little bit obsessive, but it's what I
yeah,
I think
enjoy. So
yeah, and if you love it and you're passionate about it, it's like
yeah,
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 fair play. And you have to be obsessive to get to that level. You do in some like way or shape. You have to commit and be a little bit obsessive to be the best.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah,
definitely.
obsessive, a little bit Delulu. Yeah, yeah.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 25.
Yeah, so you're still
Yeah,
so young.
I like yeah, 5th of Jan. So
God,
fresh
you're having a good
25.
January, aren't you?
Yeah, it's got to make up for the awful birthday, surely.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, you've got a long time ahead of you in the sport, so it's super
Mm,
exciting to see
Yeah,
like where it's gonna go. Um, but maybe that's a good place to kind of
yeah.
round up and ask you the last question, which would be, what message or advice would you give to your younger self or the next generation of girls coming up?
the advice I would give is stop trying to like win every week. Start thinking about kind of like how long you want to stay in this sport. So like it's so important that you protect your mind and body. Um, going into like that burnout thing, I guess, like burning out early, it kind of like it will cut your career short. So try not to kind of like do that. just yeah, take it steady, have a nice steady thing going. And like we just said, obsession is great, but obsession will can kind of like break you a little bit. So you need to kind of like learn the difference early. Um, yeah, like the best athletes I know, um, they know how to kind of like switch off, protect their headspace. But yeah, also staying disciplined. But yeah, I'd say that was kind of like my main thoughts or main bits of advice to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's really important. It's like a really important message, and you want to be in it for the long haul, don't you? And you don't want,
100%, yeah.
yeah, like you don't want to, I guess, get yourself into such a place where you end up resenting like your training or resenting the sport or
Yeah.
like and you lose that love for it, which is why you started it in the first place. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely is super vital. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And on the kind of like mental side of things, is there anything that you kind of do to help with that? Like we spoke to like a girl last week, and she started journaling as like something to kind of help her like with self-belief and her
Mhm.
mental space. Is there any like little things that you do, or are you quite good with like controlling your headspace?
Yeah, so I'd say I do a lot of breathing techniques. I've been through like quite a lot of like things that have like I've learned a lot, picked up a lot of tools along the way, meditation, and like just having your own boundaries and like for yourself being selfish. Like if you don't want to do something that involves what you're in already, for example, being involved in another training session because you want to just do it with those people, but actually you could just spend some time at home with your partner or going out with your family. Like choose like also have that balance of being able to do the like normal life things alongside all of that. Like it is great to be in that all the time, but I definitely think like for myself what helps is being around my family, being around people and not talking about this. Like I love talking about it, but I say to my partner, I'm like, look, if I start talking about Hyrox, tell me to shut up because
Yeah.
I need to have switch off time too. It's so important, like that you know yourself without this as well.
Mm.
But yeah, I think for myself, I do a lot of meditation. I do like yoga, pliability, big up pliability every single day if I can. And just yeah, getting out, especially, like with the weather and the stuff here.
Yeah.
It's tough. But if you can kind of like get out in the sunshine when it is out, great. I go make sure I do all my runs outside when I can as well. I won't get stuck on a treadmill. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
I'm
that
blabbering
definitely
on, but
helps.
yeah,
Yeah,
No, no,
like
it's
getting
yeah.
outside for a run versus being
yeah,
stuck inside the whole time. You feel
yeah.
so great when you come back from it,
Oh my God,
don't you?
amazing. And
Mm.
going for a nice coffee.
Oh yeah, not
That
not
cures everything.
Have you
So
already hit up some places in Phoenix? You need to. I reckon they'll probably do some good coffee
Oh,
shops.
do you know what? I've not, but that is a great idea.
Yeah,
I
you need to get
will.
on that today. You need to start
Yeah,
Instagramming, finding the
I
coffee shops
know.
local to you.
I think
Get.
Ollie's just started like making coffee.
Oh,
I don't know
oh
if you've
yeah.
we've joined
seen.
the
Oh
we've
my
joined the
God.
group. I was like
Oh, have
talking to
you?
yeah, yeah. Well, I was talking to him about it. So if anyone hasn't seen, Ollie Russell started this like I don't know, it's almost like latte art on like
Yeah.
coffee, but they're all really crap, aren't they? Like Travis and all of them. And I was like, I'm so invested in this. And then the next minute is like I started a group and now I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, it's I've had to mute it. I was like, this is too much.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got a coffee machine at work, so Phil does it a lot too, but Phil's actually quite good, but it depends on the milk you're using as well. So I know the cheat codes
Yes.
of the milk are but yeah, it's quite funny.
But then
All
that's
sorts gonna come from that soon.
yeah, it's good because it's nice to have a bit of like light-hearted
Yeah,
stuff,
a
like that.
hobby. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that
I
is a
think
good
Travis
one.
did one the other day and he was like, I was actually really invested in it and he was talking about it, he was doing it and he was doing his latte art and then he finished and it was awful and he was like, see, it's a Christmas tree. And I was like, oh my God, I just watched that for 40 seconds, waiting to see what it was and it was just a splodge.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Oh dear.
Therapeutic though when they do it, like, and
Really
it's
well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and when
I
it
mean,
looks good, it looks. And my sister is like,
you're
she's
good as well, Em. Em and her
yeah,
sister used to own a cafe and they're really good
oh, there
at
you
doing
go.
it.
yeah. I can do like your heart and your leaf and like your sim, but like my sister is so good at it.
You
She
can
can
do
like
like the swan and
yeah, she's
yeah,
like proper,
she's
like it
yeah.
looks so good, and I'm like, oh, I really tried to get there one day, but we would practice, but we would only do it in the takeaway coffees because we could put a lid on it and cover it up. But
Yeah,
then,
when it was really good, you'd give it to them without a lid on, and you'd be like, "There you go," waiting for them to be like, "Oh, that looks great." But if it was crap, you put the lid on and be like, "Take away."
oh dear.
Oh, God,
Oh, so
Right.
good.
On that note, well, where can people follow your journey? Is Instagram the best place? Or maybe about the gym as well, or coaching and all that sort of jazz. Let us know.
yes. Yeah, so you can obviously like through my Instagram, and obviously I'm under culture for coaching too. Yeah, there I also have TikTok, but
She dances.
I'm not very good at keeping on top of it. But yeah, Instagram I would say is probably the best spot to find me.
Perfect.
And
Um,
YouTube next week.
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the race. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, this we've already discussed. This will be live after the race, but
Oh
hopefully
yeah.
you have seen Charlie race, and if you haven't,
Yeah.
you can go back and watch it, and then you can find out a bit more about her in this episode, from watching her. We will say good luck because we can't not say good luck.
Thank you
Um,
guys. Thank
and
you.
and we will definitely be watching. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and we hope you really enjoy your first Elite 15 experience, and you'll smash it.
Oh, thank you guys. It's actually been really fun. It's my first podcast, so
First of
Oh,
many, I'm sure. I'm
yeah.
sure.
yeah,
But yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
yeah,
have
been
to get you
great.
back on down the line and see once you're
Yeah.
an established Elite 15 athlete. See, play back this bit and see how everything played out.
yeah.
Uh,
But no, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and thanks to everyone listening.
yeah. Thank you guys.